Leadership is one of the most observed and least understood phenomenons on Earth. J.M. Burns. How do you define leadership? When I read the assignment, it sounded easy enough. What's my vision of leadership? But as they say, the devil is in the details. As I started to think about my definition, my vision of leadership, I realized it was much harder than I had predicted. So I broke it down. Where do I see leadership? Leadership is everywhere, every day. A leader is a PTA president, a captain of a team, a teacher, the clerk at the supermarket that isn't a supervisor, yet everyone follows. Those are everyday leaders. Okay, so I asked myself, what made these people leaders? Is it a position of authority? That could work for everyone but the clerk. So what else? The best at what they do? That could work. What about charismatic? That must be a quality of those leaders. Maybe it's just time and place, the situation, that makes them a good leader. I needed to broaden my selection, so I took a look at what famous leaders there are. John F. Kennedy is considered a great leader. So is Adolf Hitler. Some famous women leaders are Alice Paul and Hillary Clinton. What makes them good leaders? John F. Kennedy was good-looking and charismatic. But wait, I don't think you'd consider Hitler as a good-looking guy. He was definitely charismatic. I mean, he did convince a whole nation that tall, blonde hair and blue eyes were the superiors when he was a short, brown-haired, dark-eyed man. So as much as we don't want to consider him as a good leader, it's sort of inevitable. Now, Alice Paul and Hillary Clinton, are they good leaders because they're women? I think the men would like to disagree. See why I'm confused? There are so many different traits that a leader can possess, and not all fit one in every way. So then, what makes a good leader? Maybe I've been headed in the right direction all along. A good leader is made up of lots of qualities. My vision of leadership is that you can't just narrow leadership down into a few traits or qualities. A good leader works to his best abilities, has his followers in mind, is humble, charismatic, creative, flexible, approachable, and more. But they don't need to exhibit all of these traits all the time to be a good leader. The past has proven that. If you go all the way back to Thomas Jefferson, obviously a good leader, President of the United States, and founder of University of Richmond, and slave owner. Not exactly ethical, but a good leader nonetheless. John Adams, determined, stubborn, a good leader, and one of the founding fathers. But not always charismatic. Benjamin Franklin was innovative and affable, but not known for being overly motivated. Steve Jobs, visionary, determined, inspirational, but not approachable. It's clear that while these were great leaders, they didn't exhibit all leadership traits at all times. So I think my confusion has led me to my answer. Leadership involves lots of different traits at different times. So J.M. Burns' quote rings true. Leadership can be seen in many areas of life, but it's understanding it that becomes difficult. And that's because leadership is many things.